Hi everybody, today we're going to go over how to convert a standard submersible pump to pressure tank system to a above ground storage tank to surface pump system, and then a bypass to get back to the submersible to the pressure tank system. So here's my submersible pump. It's about 100 feet in the ground, and the pressure switch goes directly to the pressure tank, and this is the line running out to the house. Okay, I've got all the plumbing in. I want to show it to you real fast. So this is my submersible pump down on the ground, and then there's the line going out of it. I'm going to look straight down at everything. You can see it goes towards the wall, and then it tees out left and right. So that's the feed from the submersible. That top line there with the ball valve on it is headed out to fill the tank. That's the one that going to the tank. And then there's a ball valve there to shut that off when you want to. The line down by the concrete, by the floor, is coming from the tank, and it's got a brass check valve inserted in it, and that goes over to my surface pump. Now this ball valve here is to shut off the water when you're not using the submersible straight into the pressure tank. And then this ball valve coming from the surface pump is to shut the surface pump off when you're pumping straight from the submersible to the pressure tank. Okay, we're going to dig into the electrical part of this system now, and I want to start out here at the tank with the float switches before I put them in the tank. You see I've got them on a piece of 2-inch PVC and a little concrete base that I made. So these float switches are normally closed. Both of these float switches are hooked up to relays inside the well house. So there's only 24 volts going through these float switches in the tank. Okay, so this top float switch is normally on. It's on all the time when it's down like this. It's normally on. And the whole idea of this one is to come on and top off the tank. So if the tank's low like this, it'll start filling up. Hear a click, and it'll shut off the submersible pump, and because the tank's topped off. And this bottom float switch is connected to a relay and the surface pump. So the idea of this one, if the tank ever runs low, if there's a leak or something like that, this one will almost always be like this because the tank will have water in it. But just in case the tank gets pumped down low, it'll go down, it'll turn on and turn off the relay inside and shut off the surface pump and save that surface pump from running dry and burning up. It's raining here, but everything's done at the tank end. I just wanted to get a quick shot of it. That box up by the top of the tank is for the float switch wires that go down into the ground, then over to the well house. And all the pipes are wrapped, good to go for the winter. I've completed the water system control panel, and I just want to go over it briefly. So I basically had to bring in the existing 230 volt circuit that was running the submersible, bring in an additional 230 volt circuit to run the surface pump, and a 110 volt circuit to run this 24 volt transformer here. That's the one that goes out and powers those float switches in the tank. This relay here is just an HVAC relays for air conditioning systems, but it works good on this too. And that one is hooked to the float switch at the top of the tank. And basically what it does is if the tank gets down about 300 gallons, the float switch tells that relay to come on, and that relay tells the submersible pump to come on and top off the tank. When the tank's topped off, it shuts it off. This switch next to it is a bypass of this relay, in case I want to go back for any reason to the submersible to the pressure tank system, just a normal system. Now this relay here is a normally closed relay, and this is the one that's hooked to the float switch at the bottom of the tank. It's a safety. So if the tank ever leaks or there's some other problem and there's no water in the tank, that switch in the tank will come on, it'll turn off this relay, and that relay will turn off my surface pump and keep it from burning up. Our water comes on and off 10 to 30 times a day. This pump has been going on and off just depending on what we're doing around here. So that was my main reason for doing this, and I'd much rather replace this surface pump, have it do most of the work around here, because it's much less expensive and much easier to replace than having to spend thousands pulling my submersible well pump out and replacing it. Right now I have the storage tank to surface pump system running. It's running great. So ball valve 1 is on. That's the one that goes out and fills the tank. Ball valve 2 is off. That shuts off the submersible from going to the pressure tank. Ball valve 3 is on. That's the one coming from the surface pump, running out to the line, going to the pressure tank. Now, if I want to go back to the submersible straight to the pressure tank, I would do this. I'd go over here to ball valve 1 and shut it off, so no more water to the tank. And then I would come over here to ball valve 2 and turn it on, so you get a straight feed from the submersible into the pressure tank. And then I would turn off ball valve 3 from the surface pump, and I would throw my bypass switch on, which will bypass the relay and the float switch and just put me back online with my submersible straight to my pressure tank. Besides not wearing out your expensive and hard to replace submersible pump down in the ground, there are some other benefits to having this system too. The main other one being that you never have to do without water on your property, no matter what happens. If your submersible goes bad and you have to wait to have somebody come and replace it, you've got your tank storage system as backup. And if something worse happened, like your well went dry or something, you could have water delivered to your tank and pump it through the tank to surface pump system. In other words, you'd never have to go without water. Well, that's the quick overview of the system I've built here. It's working great. I believe that anyone with reasonably good plumbing and electrical skills could build this system or one like it. I'll be doing a more in-depth video later. It'll call out part numbers and a review of this pump after I've used it a while. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching Canyon Dan, the Handyman.